I am doing a freezer clean out for the indoor freezer and the garage freezer. Just once a year, we like to clean everything out. Hey, you guys, could you stop fighting for 2 seconds? So anyway, I pulled these tomatoes out. These were tomatoes grown last summer, 2024, that we did not eat, we did not use, so I threw them in this freezer bag. And then these were tomatoes my neighbor gave me. And so usually I get enough tomatoes where I can like 6 jars of pasta sauce, but this is not nearly enough. Hopefully it's enough for at least 1 jar. We're gonna have lasagna tonight, so I'm gonna start cooking these down. Come on, you guys, please. I'm trying to do a video here. They don't care. And so I'm not defrosting them. I'm just sticking them in the crock pot, frozen. I'm gonna cook them at a medium heat. And I did put 2 cups of water in the bottom of the stock pot so they don't stick and scorch. So even though, they're gonna be very watery once they break down, until they do, you need to have water in your stock pot or they're gonna stick to the bottom and you're gonna have black flakes in your tomato soup and nobody wants that. So throw this in the stock pot. They're still fighting. That's Danny and Mimosa. They're just being playful. It's not mean. So yes, I throw them in frozen. I leave the skins on and everything because once they start to break down, I will be able to run it through a food mill to get rid of the skins, or sometimes they break down enough that it doesn't matter. But either way, once they start to break down, I can pull the skins out easier than just like skinning them ahead of time. Just my personal preference. So the tomatoes have been cooking for 2 hours. I'm now going to turn the heat off. And this is my food mill. M-I-L-L. I know I'm saying it like a mill, but mill. I don't know. However, I'm sure someone will point out how I'm saying it wrong. Mill. So all I do, this way to get rid of this, do this. This is how to get rid of the skin. This is like the hard way, but I don't mind the hard way. And then you just, I can't do this with one hand, but you spin that around. Here, Robert will hold the phone for me. So just spin it around. I'm gonna have to move it off the blade. But basically you just keep pressing it down until you get all the good juice out. And then what's left over, like some people will dry in a dehydrator and turn it into a powder. I don't, just because I have before and I never used the tomato powder. But if it's something you use, you could even use the scraps. So there, and I will do that for that whole pot. It's a lot of work, but I don't mind it. Just something about making your own tomato sauce makes it taste better. Here is the tomato juice that's left over. Here is all the waste, the seeds and the skin. This is still very runny, so I'm gonna put it back on the heat, low to medium heat, and let it simmer for another hour. And then Robert will start adding whatever spices he wants to because he's making lasagna tonight. So it's basically how we make our own pasta sauce. I'm just gonna do a quick taste test to see how sweet it is. This was, from cherry tomatoes, Roman tomatoes, whatever tomatoes people gave me. That's really good. It's really good. Not a bad flavor whatsoever. Robert will not have to add too many spices to make it taste good for the lasagna.